Welcome to the Conversations Cold Ones podcast. I'm your host, Damien, my co-host, Jared.
Hola.
Jared, go ahead and take us into the brewskis of the week.
All right. So for me this week, I decided to make something a little bit different from what I normally grab. So I got some apple vodka. I think it was Smirnoff. Yeah, it was Smirnoff, not Tito's. And then I got some pineapple rum. Don't fucking remember the brand. I didn't look at the bottle. I just fucking said, "Oh, pineapple rum, cool." I got some grenadine. It's the strawberry, not the other kind. And then I just mixed up some ginger ale in that bitch. Stirred it because I'm a dumbass and didn't get a shaker out, and then put some ice in, and it tastes fucking phenomenal. What do you have?
Water.
You're a massive pussy, but that's okay.
I haven't been able to get to the store to grab anything.
Guess it's an okay excuse.
I guess, right? So, I guess we'll move into the first topic of today.
Yeah.
So, I was going to play Doom on my YouTube channel. I ended up not doing that. So, I had footage recorded. The problem is it all got corrupted. So, the first two videos I recorded 3 videos in total the first night I was playing it. 2 of the videos had like streaks in it. Like, I don't know, like you could see the gun that I was holding, but past that, it was like, you remember when TVs, if you put like a magnet near it, how it would go fuzzy? Imagine that just with colors. So I had that for 2 videos. And then the third one, my audio was crackling. So I don't know if it was OBS messing up. I don't know if it was just my computer not wanting to do whatever. I don't know if Adobe fucked it up. I don't know. So I finished the game, so I'm just going to give a review here. I'm going to cut this segment out and put it as like a separate YouTube video as well. So if you just want to listen to the Doom review, well, I don't know. Fuck it. So, the game's very mixed for me. I think the first 2 hours are fun. It's interesting. It's fun to play. But after about... And the reason why this review is taking so long is because I didn't play it for a week. After about 4 to 5 hours in, I just got really burnt on the game. I just think... And the game's, I don't think, made for me, but that constant non-stop action can get really tiring and really stale real quick. It was to the point where like I'd want to play one mission and then I was done playing for the night. Because it's like, oh, great, another wave of enemies I have to deal with that all just die the same way. And, you know, I mean, there's a lot of cool things that they added, you know, like the flamethrower, you know, popping off shields and stuff like that. But I didn't use the flamethrower the whole time. Like,
yeah,
I tried getting through it as quickly as possible. And halfway through the game, I just realized that I'm playing it just to get the $60 I spent out of it. I wasn't playing it because I was having fun. That changed. So, like, I would say the first 2 hours, really fun. I would give it, like, a 7 out of 10 for the first 2 hours. The middle parts, like, it was really like a 5 out of 10. It was just mixed for me. Once you get to about the last 3 hours where the game, like, starts picking up and you're going to, like, Phobos and these cool places... Really enjoyed that, because then it's like this sci-fi game with demons and stuff like that. Like, I'm out in outer space, I'm doing like these cool jump puzzles, I'm fucking doing more than just shooting, and that section I love. The final boss, I played the game, so I started out on Nightmare, couldn't do it. I went on the 3rd hardest difficulty, and then halfway through the game couldn't do it, so I finished the game on like the 2nd difficulty or whatever. I forget what they call it. And I gotta say, the final boss, I won't spoil it, but it was actually not that bad. I didn't even focus on ads. I was just shooting. I mean, Jared saw it. I was streaming it to the Discord. But I was just shooting at the guy.
I pay attention to most of it.
Yeah. But, so, when I criticize this game, I would like to give some things I would change, okay? I feel like the problem with me for Doom is... And I'll probably get a lot of flack for this because it's not Doom to have time to breathe. It's constant go. But there needs to be more... Like, I like the puzzles that they threw in. They were very simplistic. They took, you know, a minute to figure out. I would like more of that. And I would like more exploration in the Hell world or their fortresses or whatever. I don't care. Like, that's cool to me. And the combat side, there's nothing I would change. I think it's really good. It's just... after playing 4 hours into it, for a lot of people, I feel like it would get stale very quickly. So if I had to give this game, and then the multiplayer, it looks fun. I played 2 games of it. I didn't care for it, so I won't even comment on the multiplayer.
You played like a game of it.
I played 2.
Oh.
So if I had to give just a single player, because that's all people play basically, kind of a review out of 10, I'm gonna give this game a 7 out of 10. I think it's good. I think if you like shooters and FPSs, you should play it. It's really good to play on mouse and keyboard. It's a good way to, like, if you're like on PC for the first time, Doom's a good way to play on mouse and keyboard because you have to be so fast and you have to, learn how to use the keyboard to do different commands and stuff like that. So it's actually a really good game to kind of hone in on the mouse and keyboard aspects of it. But I don't think I'm going to get Doom 3. Just because I didn't care for the game enough to warrant another purchase of it. And previously, before this, I played Doom 1 and 2, 64, and Doom 3. Doom 3 I really like because it's like this horror game. It was cool. But other than that, I just don't think I'm going to continue with the Doom franchise in this state. I don't think it's a bad franchise. I know people love it. But I'm just done. Do you have any comments about Doom Eternal, Jared?
Wish I could have played it.
Yeah. Oh, the fucking sword's badass, though. I guess I shouldn't have spoiled that. I mean, it's in the trailer. You get this fucking huge sword that it just fucks shit up.
Yeah. No, it seems like I liked watching you play it because, like, I like Doom. Yeah. I don't have a problem with it. Like, I played Doom 2016, but I just didn't stay into it, and I can't remember why I stopped playing it the first time. But when you got Doom Eternal, literally the night it came out, I was playing Doom 2016, and I was getting through to beat it. But I just haven't played it since. I think the reason that is because it's on my Xbox, not on my PC, and I just don't feel like playing my Xbox. But I want to. I keep thinking about playing Doom, and I wish I could have played Eternal. It looks really good, and I know your opinion on it. My opinion on it, personally, is it looks amazing. I think I would probably be the same way. As I wouldn't be able to play all through it in one night because it is tiring to have those long arena type like fights.
Yeah.
But I would say like maybe 2-3 days in, I would like to beat it. Maybe one of these days, once it's a little cheaper, I might buy it. But with everything going on in the world right now with the coronavirus, just not something I'm looking into doing. I'm looking at things I can play for free at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, Doom, like, I was very excited for it before it came out. Obviously, I spoke about it on the podcast, but
yeah,
I don't know. It was just not mediocre because a 7 out of 10 is better than mediocre. It was just average to me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like that's your review of it because it clearly is a very good game. It's just not your play style.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go into the next big like news topic of the week. This has been the biggest news to come out this week. For gaming at least. I know a lot of movies got delayed as well. Sony delayed all their fucking movie projects a year. So like new Ghostbusters is delayed, shit like that is all delayed.
Well, isn't the new Ghostbusters another like a sequel of The Women?
No.
Oh, it's actually a good one.
Original ones.
Oh, that's good.
It had the kids from Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things.
I understand that reference clearly.
Yeah.
I've seen a Stranger Thinger once.
So if you got a GameCube, you remember the game Super Mario Sunshine and Paper Mario. Hopefully, unless you were somebody like Jared who probably didn't play the game. Did you own a GameCube?
Nope.
Okay.
First console was a PS2.
Okay. So Nintendo for Mario's 35th anniversary is apparently remastering Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, which is a big one. I think they said they're remastering the first Paper Mario game, and then there'll be a new Paper Mario game. So that's just kind of it for news. I mean, I'm not a huge Mario fan. Those games, like, I played when I was younger. I don't care for them now. I think they do get repetitive. Please give us a new Mario Kart. I'd probably buy a Switch for a new Mario Kart. I know they have 8, but I don't care for 8. I played on the Wii U. I don't like it that much.
8 was on the Wii U?
Yeah.
I thought it was a...
Zelda Breath of the Wild is on fucking Wii U.
Really?
Yeah.
Christ, I did not know that. Dude, if you... Look, I know there's not a lot of games you want to play on the Switch right now, but if you got a Switch, it'd be awesome, because you and I could play Smash, Mario Kart, and then... I don't know if Pokemon...
If I wanted to buy a Switch right now, I couldn't, because they're sold out everywhere.
Well, yeah,
You
but
can't buy them on Best Buy, Walmart, Kmart's not really a thing anymore, but stuff like that.
that is one thing I will say. When this whole coronavirus thing started popping up, and I'm saying Rona because that's what I keep hearing people call it, and it's just stuck in my head. When I keep hearing people talk about it, like when it all first like started, like I was like, oh, this might be really serious. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. A bunch of people were buying Switches. Like everyone I knew who didn't fucking care about video games bought a Switch and pre-ordered Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's happening? So now everyone and their mother, including my fucking, I guess, ex manager or still manager if I get my job back. I don't know. The economy's fucked. Bought a Switch a couple months ago. So like right before I got mine. And then also when Animal Crossing came out, bought it and has been obsessed with it to the point where she's texting our work group chat and she was like, does anyone have it? And then I didn't notice it for 2 days but no one responded. I felt horrible. Her and I had a little conversation about, I'm like, yep, I don't have it. I have Pokemon. That's it. And then I borrow my brother's games. But yeah, the Switch is huge. It's amazing to me that it's like so many people are buying them. I mean, people don't have anything better to do, so of course they are. But Animal Crossing seems like a really good game. I've been watching some people play it. I don't want to buy it because it seems like something I'm either going to really love and not be able to stop playing, or something I'm going to hate and wish I never spent the money on it.
It's like a weird Sims.
Yeah, I don't want to take the risk of loving or hating it. I'm just going to watch people play it and go, that looks cool.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's
I prefer watching people play it.
I've played Sims,
Yeah,
like Sims 4, like, and I could see how it got addicting. I mean, I stopped playing it just because that's just not my type of game. But I could see how Animal Crossing and Sims and those kinds of games are very addicting. Although you guys heard my thoughts on Animal Crossing last week, so
yeah,
you know.
I own one of the Sims games. I bought it for my girlfriend to play, and she's played it one time. So
Fuck you,
never
Rachel.
got my money back for that.
What the fuck?
Yeah, right. I keep trying to offer her. I'm like, hey, you want to borrow my computer? Maybe you could play The Sims since you bought it and never touch it. And she's like, no, I don't want your computer. I'm like, whatever, fine, because I have a laptop.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I have some. Well, let me preference this. There's not much going on this week. Obviously, with this Rona situation, things are kind of paused. Microsoft. I listened to a podcast Unlocked with Ryan McCaffrey, and he talked to Phil Spencer, and they're just kind of waiting to announce games probably in the next few months. So they'll probably make big time, but there's no E3, so video game stuff is kind of slow. Besides, like Minecraft Dungeons is in May, like confirmed will be in May, so a month delay. That's about it.
Yep.
Other than that, there's nothing going on. So this is gonna be a short episode, probably for the next few weeks. It'll be kind of like this, but I'm gonna ask Jared some questions and I'll answer after he answers. No theme, just kind of going. You ready for the first question?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Do you want to start off with the interesting one or the boring one first?
Can you just ask the questions? I mean, you're kind of throwing me on, like, you're just throwing me right into this. So just throw me in. I don't care.
Rachel, do not listen to this next section. The next 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, you're gonna ask our only listener to not listen to it.
All right. Hey.
Or one of our 3 listeners.
Hey, we have like 1,800 listens on SoundCloud.
1,800?
Yeah, like 1,800 listens on our podcast.
Total or on each episode?
Like total.
Yeah, exactly.
That's still pretty good though, considering.
No, it is. I know it is. It was a joke. All right.
We get like 30 to 40 listeners on SoundCloud. iTunes, I haven't checked in a while.
I was making a joke about the fact that it's on YouTube.
No, I know, but Rachel is a loyal supporter. So stop listening for the next 2 minutes. All right, Jared. Besides Rachel, who is one? Whether it's an influencer, celebrity, what one girl would you date? Any girl.
Rihanna.
Okay, but that's like such. What's after?
Oh,
give me your top 3. Here, we'll do top 3.
Oh God, my top 3, like famous or influencer, like YouTuber.
Well, Instagram model, YouTuber.
Ooh. Could it be a porn star?
I mean, that is a celebrity, is it not?
Well, in a way.
You would date a porn star?
I mean, maybe.
Like date? You would date a porn star?
Maybe.
Does it depend on the porn star?
Yes.
What porn star?
I don't remember her name. I just remember her
What the
face.
fuck?
She's cute.
Well, obviously she's a porn star.
Well, I mean, that's fair, I guess. Not all. Okay, let's be fair. Not all porn stars are cute. All right.
I mean, but they have some level of attractiveness. Like
What's his name?
Johnny
Johnny
Sins?
Sins. Yeah,
Dude.
he's a cutie pie.
Oh,
Let's be
for
honest
sure.
here.
Come on, let's be real here.
If I see a video with him in it, even if I don't like what the girl is, I'm like, I'll watch this.
Dude, that
I
man
respect
pumps.
this man. I respect that man's career, so I will watch.
Yeah.
So I guess I've strayed a little bit from the question. Top 3, dude. I don't know. You kind of caught me off guard with this.
I know. But Jared, we're getting close to that 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I told Rachel to stop listening. So you gotta hurry before she comes back.
All right. I'm gonna go with what the fuck is her name? All right, I'm gonna throw some celebrities out there. So I know Alexandra Daddario from I don't know any assortment of movies. I guess the most recent Baywatch is the most recent one I can remember. So her, and then I'll throw oh god, what is her name? I can't remember her fucking name. Oh my god. Well, you wanted me to tell you fucking names. I guess I'll go with Rihanna as the second one. Oh my god. Is it Athena?
Athena Ferris? Blonde head bitch?
No, she's not blonde. It's Athena. I think Athena Ferris is the right name, but you and I are thinking two different people.
Expert.
Well, that's fair. I guess you should know. I don't think she's blonde though.
Well,
is she?
She's like dirty blonde. I think she had dark hair for a while. Why do I know this?
Yeah, those are my 3.
Okay.
What are your 3?
So
runner. Oh, wait. I'm gonna replace Rihanna with. No, I'm not keeping Rihanna there. My runner-up would be Summer Rae because lately you've made me think of that person a lot.
Honestly, fuck Summer Rae. You're dating MGK, the person I hate the most. What the fuck? It could have been anyone. Well, I think I hate Jeezy more, but it could have been anybody else. Anybody. And you choose fucking MGK. Oh, God. It's tainted now. Soiled. Done. Unfollowed on Instagram. I've unfollowed on Instagram.
You are the very definition of a simp.
No, man. I don't care when Instagram models like date people. Like I still follow Lana Rhoades even though she's in like a committed relationship. I still, do my thing to her.
Wait, she has a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Doesn't she do like hardcore porn?
Well, she's been retired. I don't know why I know this. She's retired. She's coming back soon though. Thank God.
What? I was gonna say I've seen like some messed up stuff.
Yeah, she is
like she's talking about
she
her.
was married during all that shit too. Why? I'm sorry. So
who else? Who are you?
I don't care as long as it's people I don't like. Like or as long as it's people I like. It's weird, but I hate MGK and Jeezy with like a burning passion. So I want them to like die and have their careers like fall off. Jeezy's done that pretty well. Thank you for that. But yeah. So I guess in no order. Instagram model Wolfie Cindy. Let me clap them cheeks.
Never heard of this person. I'll have to look this person up.
She has 6 million followers, so I think I have a chance. I'll send you the research.
Okay.
I think number 2. Well, I said it wasn't gonna. Okay. Rihanna's top 3. Like it's fucking Rihanna. Let's be real here. Like, let's be real here. Rihanna's
interesting.
Rihanna's. The third.
See, Damien, I'm thrown off by your first one because other than a few like topless pics, this Wolfie person does not have a lot of booty pics on her Instagram. So I don't understand why you're picking her. That's shocking coming from you, saying you pick someone based on their face.
Topless pictures. What the fuck? She doesn't have topless pictures.
Yeah, she does. Well, not revealing, but she's not wearing a top.
Oh, well, okay.
She has her arm over it.
Yeah, well, Yeah,
I'm sorry.
She's very hot. Ass. She's friends with Alyssa Violet.
Alyssa Violet's the one that cheated on one of the Pauls, right?
We don't know what she did, but we know she did something.
I mean, I suppose
one of the Pauls.
Because I care about their names.
You do. Let's be real here. And hold on, I'm going through my Instagram following so that I could find the
Christ,
third
you
girl.
are such a horny little fuck.
Hold on, if I just go to the homepage, one should pop up. Hold on, un momento.
Un momento, eh?
Fucking give me the
Oh, you'll
first.
find it.
Give me the first one I see. I'm telling you.
You'll find it.
Oh, holy shit.
All right, put it back in your pants. You'll find it.
There's so much ass right here.
What about Selena Gomez? What happened
yeah,
to her?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you,
That.
Selena Gomez. Shout out to you. Those are the top three. Wolfie Cindy, Rihanna, Selena Gomez.
Cool.
Fuck you, Summer. Right? So we're gonna move past this because I'm heartbroken.
You're such a pussy. All right, what was the other question?
Oh, I have more questions, but
all right, what's some of the other questions?
So, okay.
Sorry,
I had it like I have the questions laid out. I'm trying to pick ones because there's a few questions that like go together. Like there's an actual theme. I was fucking lying earlier, but there's two that Okay, if you could develop one like kind of movie, what would it be and why?
When you say kind, I assume you mean like horror, action, drama.
Yeah, like a genre.
Oh fuck. I would say thriller.
Okay, like would it be like a Nightcrawler thriller? Would it be like a sci-fi thriller?
It would be a thriller. The baseline would be thriller because I would want it to capture your attention, but I don't know if I were to actually do it. I'd say that I'd actually go in and figure out whether it'd be sci-fi, or if it'd be like realism, or if it'd be like historical. But it would definitely be thriller because that's my like at the end of the day, thriller is probably one of my favorite types of movies. Second being, I'd say action, like a very close second would be action.
Okay.
And the reason I say thriller because I feel like, and I could be wrong because I don't know this, but I feel like some of my favorite movies are like a thriller mix.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty sure, and I could be completely wrong, but Interstellar is it's like thriller something,
well,
right?
Sci-fi thriller. It has thriller aspects. Yeah.
That's why that's the reason I'd say thriller. But if I'd say maybe sci-fi thriller or historically accurate or whatever thrillers, or maybe just like historical fiction because I like things from history.
Okay.
So something in that range, I guess. What about you?
So I actually thought about this for a while. I actually thought about this while I was at work today. So my original answer was gonna be, like even though Blade Runner, I know it's technically cyberpunk, but it's kind of like its own thing. But I'm not gonna go with that because I love those two movies so much that I feel like I would just try to replicate them, so I wouldn't make a good movie off of it because I'd just be taking all those aspects. I feel like I have a lot to offer for horror films. I've watched them since I was a kid. I've had interesting thoughts about those. Like, those are like the movies I go to. I watch all the time. So like, I feel like if I could make anything, I would love to make a horror film because if you make a good one, it's really hard to make a good one, but if you do, people notice. Just because of how many there are that are bad. After that, it'd probably be something sci-fi, probably something like Interstellar, like thriller in that aspect. But yeah, so kind of the same question. If you could develop one game, whether it's a remake, either like bringing back an old IP, so let's say like something like Splinter Cell, or like a completely like new game in a genre, like what would that be and why?
Christ. Interestingly enough, when I was a little bit younger, probably, oh my god, thinking about the years oh my god, like I was gonna say 2012 to 2014, and I realized that is literally 6 to 8 years ago. And that scared me to think about for a second. So sorry, I got a little caught off guard there. When I was a little bit younger, I was very interested in the gaming world. It's like when I first got my introduction to Xbox. Like I said, I started on the PS2 around the time I think it was 2011 was when I first got introduced to Xbox. Sometime that year I got my own. And the first games I really had were Halo Reach, Modern Warfare 2, and then Modern Warfare 3 came out somewhere in that time as well. So gaming was something that consumed my hobbies, my interest. It's something that I became, it at this point in my life, I'd say that it is a huge part of who I am and my personality, what I do, all that fun stuff. And I thought about making a game a lot, not necessarily making the video game and be like, oh, this is exactly how I'd make it. This is how I develop it. No, more of thinking about the game, like the world of the game.
Yeah.
And I'd also would picture myself in the game as like one of the characters, not always the main character, but always like a character in the game. And I feel like a way to describe the game I'm thinking of, it would have to be something, I don't know, mixed in like it'd have to be like an open world game. Like what's the best open world game you can think of that I probably Witcher? Maybe, but not entirely, because The Witcher you can only go in certain places. So I'm thinking of a game like I don't know.
Well, there's like GTA and Red Dead that like have those super like
I
highly
know.
detailed worlds.
That's what I thought. Like when I was younger, I thought about having it would be like an open world game. Oh my god, here's a perfect fucking example. The Oasis from Ready Player One.
Yeah.
That is kind of what I always imagined, is having a world or a universe of a video game where you could do anything you want, however you want. And I often imagined
that already exists in Minecraft.
Well, exactly. The thing is I kind of pictured it being a mixture of all kinds of games. You put all your favorite games together, the best parts, the worst parts, all into one thing. So like you could be a Jedi, like from Star Wars. You could use a lightsaber and you could fight people, but you could also like take a ship in Star Trek and take off into the far reaches of space. You could play Call of Duty. You could do things like in Halo, like save the world from the Covenant, but you could always do it however you wanted. You can mix and match those games. And I always thought the coolest thing ever would be to have like to play as a Spartan and like be a Spartan from Halo, obviously, and just do things and help other gaming worlds like with their enemies. So like fight off the Covenant as Master Chief and then go to the Star Wars universe and kill stormtroopers, like that kind of thing. So I always imagine it being like one big mix and match, and you could do it in a single player standpoint where you have unlimited, like you could do fucking anything in the single player standpoint, but then you can go to massive multiplayer online where it'd be you dressed up, basically making your character like you make it in GTA or in Red Dead, making it and customizing it however you wanted to look, but then also just meeting with other people and then doing what you want. And I guess you could also compare that to some of the bigger games, like I think Stellaris is one of them, where like you meet with other hordes of people, you make fleets of these custom ships, and then you have these massive battles. It'd be similar to that, but like you could do it on the ground, underwater, in space, in tanks and planes and helicopters and fucking like spaceships, just with a handgun, or you could have like entire zombie worlds overrun by things that are like zombies from like Call of Duty or the Flood from Halo or the whatever the infected bitches were from Last of Us. Like you could mix it all together and it could just be this awesome thing. And whoever the developer would have like these random events where it's like, all right, the so-and-so of the stormtroopers are fighting with the fucking Borg from Star Trek. Stop them. Like it'd be something cool like that. Like you'd have these massive online events, and I would always think about it. And I would like, if I was ever on like a long car ride, and since I didn't like have an iPhone and I maybe had an iPod and I'd listen to music, I just stare out the windows and think about it, like thinking about it happening around me. So I guess if I had to make a game, it would be something that was extremely creative. So like you said, kind of like Minecraft, but like so much more fine-tuned, kind of like the Oasis from Ready Player One. Like that to me sounds like the ultimate gaming experience in a way. And you could do it however. You could do it VR, you could do it with controller, whatever you wanted. That is what it would be like. And you could even put yourself in that universe like with the right kind of like technology, I guess. So that's, to me, that would be my my game I would make or whatever. What about you?
So also like you, I've put a lot of thoughts in like what I would do for video games, but honestly, it's been mostly about like, so a few days ago, I sat there while I was working thinking about how I would make like a Ghost Recon game. Like
I almost said that.
Breakpoint, but so it'd be like their ideas, but make it like way better. Like I literally almost said that. I know it's easy to say, but there's so many things that like obviously you could add that and make the game better. So I was thinking about the world
No,
and
yeah, like
story and stuff like
improving
that.
something.
But so, and I do the same thing for movies. Like, I literally have a script wrote down for a trilogy of Spider-Man films. Like, I have that. I don't know why I have it, but like, I'll be laying there at night and just think about it constantly. But one video game I would want to do, and Cyberpunk is kind of fulfilling this, is a Blade Runner game would be the perfect game for me to make.
I was going to
Because
say that.
uh because one, I can take from the movies and enhance it and put it in a virtual form. But the way that those movies are laid out, I mean, Cyberpunk's doing it obviously very well with like Night City, like those neon lights and this kind of dystopian world.
Yeah.
But theirs is a little more futuristic in a way, and there's like these body enhancements. Blade Runner, it's just full replicants, so it's full, I guess not real people.
Yeah.
And I think that would be an interesting. I've thought of it two ways. You could have the open world aspect where you have the flying cars and stuff like that, but I also would think it'd be a great multiplayer to where you spawn into this gigantic map and you are a Blade Runner and you have to figure out who's a replicant and hunt them down and kill them. So kind of like how these Friday the 13th games work and stuff like that, like Predator, but like on a way like one better scale.
A bigger, longer lasting game.
Like, so instead of a game lasting 10 minutes, like I would want like games to last an hour or two, but like there'd be more mechanics than, like scanning people. Like you would have to like, maybe for the first 30 minutes, you have to go to each one of their apartments and like figure out what they do in their daily life, maybe follow them and shit like that, like something like that would build off the movies. And then you maybe once, well, I guess it's always night, but maybe once nighttime hits, that's when the actual game begins and you go and you hunt them based on who you found. Now some players would be real people and some players would be replicants, but you have to decide that. And what makes the Blade Runner movie so interesting is everybody has a different perspective on who's a replicant or not. People think Harrison Ford's a replicant. There's different things like that. People have their different things when it comes to, like, their different opinions on that. That'd be really interesting to put into a game, especially like a multiplayer game like that I think would really work. Because then, like, let's say you're playing with a bunch of your friends and, your friends are all making cases and you've done your study, you've walked around and you've seen what they do and stuff like that. Like, and obviously as a player playing as a replicant, like you'd have to do things that would like kind of key off the other people. Like, oh, he's doing this, so obviously he leans towards a replicant and stuff like that. Like there would have to be those things. But it'd be interesting to play with your friends and like have to decide between them, like who you think's real and who you think's fake, and then have to go hunt them down. And you could get in cars, you could go on top of the buildings and run around and fucking shit and whatever, But you can fuck shit up. I don't care. But I feel like Blade Runner, and there was a Blade Runner game back in the day, and they're actually remastering it, thank God. But it was more like a point and click adventure. But I feel like a full game like that, and you never know, Cyberpunk might do that with their multiplayer, but a full game like that, maybe something smaller or even like a single player game, like I feel like those worlds need to be more explored, like the Cyberpunk genre, I guess you would say, just because the look is amazing and the ideas and like the creativity that are being spawned out of it are fantastic. So that'd be my goal to get. Like if I ever was like a developer of some kind, like this would probably be my dream child to make. So I guess we'll move on. I have a few more questions for you.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I'm not asking what the best game is, but I'm asking what is the game you will remember the most from this generation, from like Xbox One to, I guess we're going to the Series X, but so like within that generation.
The game I'll remember most?
Yep.
All right, well, let me ask you this. Do you think GTA 5 would count, even though it started in the 360 gen?
Well, yeah, because it's still a huge thing in this generation.
I would say the game I'm going to remember most will probably be either GTA 5 or GTA 5, Witcher 3, or Red Dead 2.
Okay.
GTA 5 because I've spent an ungodly amount of time playing that game.
Money.
Ungodly amount of time playing that game. And I have gone and played that game with multiple different groups of friends, multiple different accounts at this point, unfortunately, because of the way their stupid asses are. It's been that game is just, it's consumed a lot of that time of that gen, of this last or this gen that's ending. So I would say GTA 5 is probably number one. If not, it'd be Witcher 3 because that's the best discovery I've made in a game that I thought was not going to be good, especially from never hearing about it before that game. And also just how much time and effort I put into it, how much I grinded it and like didn't care about other parts of my life because of it. To a point. And Red Dead because that is one that I loved. I loved the first Red Dead in 360. When I first came across it, I was like, this seems like it's a stupid game. I played it and I'm like, I'm obsessed. I love it. Like this is the fucking best game I've ever played. I played through all the story, the main story of the campaign twice. I did the Undead Nightmare twice. I did the multiplayer for fucking ever. I loved playing the multiplayer. So when I got Red Dead 2, it was fucking phenomenal. And I know there's a probably good chance that that game is going to fade from time, but there's so many things from Red Dead that I won't forget. One of those things being I'm going to say something that's a spoiler, but if you haven't played Red Dead at this point, then go fuck yourself. When Arthur dies, it breaks my heart. When my horse dies right before Arthur dies, breaks my heart. The fucking amazing cinematic. Well, it's not really cinematic. It was just when they play like really good like music over a part of you just riding.
Yeah.
In like a storm, amazing. And you just get back from fucking whatever the island is, Guam or some shit. I don't know, but yeah, when you get back from that, you just riding on your horse in a storm, and it's just playing. I can't remember the name of the song, but it was so good. It gave me a chill.
Horses
it
in
was
Storm.
Horses. Yep, it was so fucking good. And there's just so many other memories. Like I remember Hosea, when Hosea gets killed, dude, that fucking sucked. I felt so because Hosea dies, then Lenny dies, and Arthur's like, Lenny! And it's like, no, Lenny, why?
Lenny.
But other parts of it, like not in the actual story, but also the multiplayer, or I mean, even just like in free roam as in the single player, just like my character getting fucked over by some stupid ass like bug or mechanic, like riding my horse, and he's like, you know what? I don't like this particular rock, and you go flying off your fucking horse. Or in the multiplayer, when I climbed up one of the fucking hard to get places and I fucking loaded in from digging something up when we were doing all that grinding, and my horse was on top of the mountain, and there's no safe way down. It's literally like it's in the flats, and it's the top, and then there's just fucking straight drop on all sides except for a small path you climb, but the horse can't go up it. And I remember trying to get down with the horse, and we both fall and die, and I panic because the similar thing happened in my single player game. And it's like there's things I'm just not going to forget about that game. I mean, same with the other games. Obviously, like GTA, I can remember multiple different hilarious ass scenarios happening in all the parts of that map. Chiliad, fucking the airport. Who doesn't remember that kind of stuff? But and then like Witcher 3, just overall great game. So I can't help but remember all that. But yeah, it's one of those three. I'd say is probably going to be the one that I'm going to remember forever. What about you?
Well, I think GTA I remember a lot. I was actually going to answer with GTA.
Well, that's for me the last game I played with Matt, so that's going to be one I'm going to have to remember for a long time as well.
I believe that was mine too, but I think COD Ghost was the last game I played with him, because me and him went to the midnight launch together.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure it's GTA. But GTA just because it's probably the biggest game release like we've ever been a part of. Like there was so much hype for that game. And like getting on and playing as fucking Michael with Lamar in your back of the car, and you drive into the dealership for the first time, like going into GTA 5 for the first time.
Lamar was not in the back of it. It was Franklin.
Sorry, Franklin.
You were driving as Franklin. Michael's in the back.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry, Lamar is whatever. Sorry, it's been a while since I played GTA, and I was gonna make a racist joke, but I'm not gonna do that.
I know what you were gonna say.
Sorry, Dan. So,
you're so bad.
Obviously, spawning in as Michael for the first time, and just those interesting missions that they put in, like the acid trip ones, like where you fought aliens and you like fell from the sky and shit like that, or when you found out your wife was cheating on you with the tennis coach.
That was like also a good one.
Or when your whole family goes to fucking therapy and Michael's flipping out. He's like, suck on this.
Trevor in that game.
I fucking hate Trevor, to be honest with you.
Everything Trevor did in that game made me smile, except for killing the biker, because I liked him in the first in
I
GTA
killed
4.
him. Every playthrough I've done of that game, the final
You
option, I've always killed Trevor.
kill Trevor?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad one. I've always done the Death Wish, save them all.
Yeah, I didn't care for his character that much, but then again, I don't know. But yeah, that map's just super iconic, and then obviously the multiplayer at the time was super iconic and game changing, right? I mean, you had these apartments. I mean, think about it. That was the first game to like open world that would let you have like an apartment
Yeah.
and like your own car garage and like different in-game events and stuff like that. And it really
Well, that's why it's the best selling game ever.
Well,
I mean,
know.
it really did a lot of stuff right.
Oh, it is a masterpiece of a game when it first came out. Now the multiplayer, we'll see. But I've actually thought about getting back into that game as long as Rockstar gives me like 200 million for all my progress in the fucking Xbox One days that I played of that. Or not 200, sorry, like 15 or whatever, just to get me going.
Yeah.
Then I'd probably play it. I don't feel like restarting. That's a lot of progress to be lost. This is why account transfer should be a thing. But really,
it was for a while. Then
know.
people abused it to get money glitches, and then people like me who came into it late can't fucking get their account.
Yep.
And I'm so pissed about that.
I think,
and they were like, oh yeah, all those, you know, like month plus of fucking gameplay you did, like actually 30 plus days. Oh, here, just take 20 million. That'll get you caught up. That gets me a house and a car. Thanks, fucking assholes.
Yeah. But I think the game besides GTA would be Witcher, just because it's my favorite game, and it's the game that, like, I remember because Cody was telling me to play the game, and like before that, I would never play games like that, like those fantasy kind of, like, I don't care for Elder Scrolls at all, mainly because of the gigantic spiders, but I don't care for those games. I think Skyrim's overrated, which is true. Skyrim is very overrated. And so I just never played those games. I remember Cody kept telling me, like, dude, like, you just have to play this one. And so I finally did, and I got sucked in, and the memories and the emotions that ran through me while playing that game, like, you know, when you fucking do that mission with Triss and you go out in the back and you kiss her and there's like fireworks going off, and then you have to break Jennifer's heart because hashtag Team Triss. Like, I'll never forget that. So yeah, probably Witcher 3 for me besides like GTA. But I guess we'll move on. So we did what game we remember the most. What is a memory, a specific memory you will remember from this console generation, like the most?
A memory?
A memory.
God, a couple come to mind. I'm trying to remember. Like a singular fucking memory. I would say there are a couple of memories I have from Siege that were like cry laugh. Crying, laughing things. One of them, it's a clip of my Xbox account where I clutched a 1v5 in Siege as a recruit against real people in a ranked game, and it was fucking hilarious. That's a pretty top tier one. That's hard. There's here's one. When in GTA 5 Online, there was a point where I had a bunch of people on my friends list meet up in a private lobby, like private online lobby, on the night of the 4th of July after fireworks and stuff, after I was going to hang out with my family. And a bunch of my friends and I set up fireworks in front of our cars, all painted red, white, and blue, and we just all did fireworks at the same time, like a big old celebration on GTA. And there was like probably, I don't know how many there were of us. I know there was me and our buddy Carp for sure, and his brother, the three of us for sure, and then at least half a dozen other people that we knew, because there was a ton of fireworks. But yeah, that's a good one. Definitely a good one. I don't know. There's a lot of memories that come to mind. I'm sure there's a lot of really funny ones that if like I just thought about it for a couple minutes, it'd come to mind. I'm like, oh my god, that. But like those are the first who came to mind really quickly. There was an infected game we played on Modern Warfare 3. I don't know if you were there, if it was Tyler.
Well, that's from last generation.
Was that not on Xbox One?
Modern Warfare 3 was 360.
Oh, okay, that doesn't count then.
Call of Duty Ghost was the first Call of Duty on Xbox One.
Was Black Ops 2 on Xbox One?
No.
Okay, then I'm remembering other stuff from later. Then,
God, if we went Black Ops 2, it would be the fucking McKenna joke.
because there was. Oh, that's what I was gonna say, but I couldn't
Yeah.
remember which end. The
Yeah.
McKenna joke. Oh my fucking god! I'm always worried that people forget about that, so I never bring it up. Oh my god, that joke is hilarious.
Never forget that joke in my fucking
I
life.
will never forget. That is probably one of the only jokes that I actually physically like almost threw up from
Yeah.
laughing, and I couldn't. That was hilarious. There's been a few more where we've said funnier shit like that. That's what it is. From Rainbow Six Siege, I think you were there. If you weren't, it was Jordan. Jordan and I were playing Siege, and I know there were other people there because we'd bring it up, and everyone's like, "I don't get what's so funny." It was only funny because I was playing as either Montang or Tachanka. It was more than likely Tachanka, and I did or said something, and then got a kill. And because I said it, he fucking cried. He literally had to stop playing the game because he was crying from laughing so hard. I'd have to ask him because he would remember it, but I don't fucking remember what it was. I said something and he was just like, and like he was trying to laugh, and then I got a kill I said something else and he just fucking couldn't. But that's probably one of the best memories because he says that is still the funniest thing he's ever heard was me saying that. That's a really good one. If McKenna joke was current or this last gen, I'd say it.
Yeah. For me,
what about you?
It is when me and you walk to the pier in GTA.
Oh my god. Forgot about that. How's it going?
Just because that was like 45 minutes of my life that I'll never get back, but it was actually fun.
Yeah, well, we were just fucking around in GTA Online. That's why I like GTA Online so much. Is there was so much to do, and even when there wasn't anything we really wanted to do, there was still shit we could do, and we were just bullshitting. It was hella late. I mean, back then when we were playing on Xbox and we'd stay up till 3, it was like super late. But it was really, really late. We were just bullshitting, and we decided to have a talk, and we're just like literally just about random stuff, about life, probably about Matt a little bit. And we literally, I remember I was in a Sand King, I was a white Sand King, and I was like, I'm done driving. I'm like, walk with me. And you're like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're just gonna walk to the pier. And we just fucking walked to the pier. And every time we have to stop at a light, if there were cars going, I'm like, we'll wait for the crosswalk. That was a fucking fantastic memory. That's a good one. I'm glad you called that one out. I forgot about that.
Other than that, like, there's nothing. I mean, obviously, there's jokes probably that like I died laughing too, but
oh my god, so many.
Obviously, like getting the Xbox One for the first time was a highlight. Getting the X, was a highlight.
I think any memory where I've pissed you off to the point where you were so mad you wouldn't talk, but I was cry laughing about it. I think those were all good memories. I think anytime I've team killed you and you wouldn't talk to me, pretty great.
Fucking, I was playing Tomb Raider the first game, and our friend Cody is slightly retarded, literally. Slightly. And so Dolby Digital is how you pronounce it. Dolby. And I was playing, and Cody left, and Matt goes, "Hey, Cody says Delobi." And I was like, there's no fucking way he says Delobi. So I'm playing, and I'm in the mission in Tomb Raider where like you're in this village on the side of the mountain and like it's on fire. And so I'm having this really like there's so much happening. Buildings are falling. Fucking, I'm shooting people and shit. And Cody comes back, and I was like, "Hey, Cody, you say fucking Delobi?" And he goes, "Oh my god, Matt told you." I just kept saying Delobi. So Cody got so pissed off, he got off of Xbox for the night, and I was just dying laughing. That's a good memory. Never forget that one.
Delobi. I forgot about it. First of all, that's a good one.
That's a fucking good one.
We've had some jokes like that with I think every friend we've had in our friend group.
Oh, for sure. David being gay. I mean, it's not really a joke. It's just true. But
it's to the point where some people have said it. It was like actually starting to get to him.
Oh yeah, fucking Cody.
Yeah, that was a while ago. There was I can't remember it, but there was one we had with Tyler where everything like we'd say that
kind of joke.
No, but like that made him laugh. That didn't make him rage quit offline.
Oh,
we had something where we'd do it.
Honestly, we'd said anything to Tyler, he probably rage quit offline.
I mean, that's besides the point. But I feel like there was always one topic we could revert back to.
His exes. Sorry.
I don't know. My kind of joke. That's goddamn. I'm not gonna stop thinking about that one for the next couple
days. Such a good I'll never forget. We were playing fucking Black Ops 2 Standoff when that happened.
Yeah, it was. Maybe was it Black Ops 2 or was it Black Ops 1? Because I vaguely remember
Black Ops 2 Standoff. I literally remember the exact moment. So the one side
wasn't I in it?
You were
What?
in the game. I think we were just playing private matches or whatever.
No, it definitely was. I just don't remember what the fuck we were doing. Was I in upstairs, one of them on the bed making the joke?
No, so all I remember was I was running in to the middle building. So like when you ran to that door, the stairway was right there in front of you. And I was running to the left, and we all made that joke, and that's where I dropped my controller and just started dying. So you might have been upstairs.
Didn't I make when I said what, like I describe it and then I make the laughing voice? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we explain the mechanic joke, or should we just...
No.
Okay.
I would say no, because it's a little bit too NSFW.
Okay.
And also,
Yeah, we
just
don't have locker room talk this week, so
I'm not replicating that fucking noise.
I mean,
and
you don't have to. I was just gonna say the premise of the joke, but you know what?
It's not.
You know what, Rachel, you don't get to know.
Well, it's all right, because the second it was brought up and we keep laughing about it, I'm already getting interrogated about it the second she hears it.
Who's
so.
McKenna?
Yeah. Well, she's not going to say that, but she might. I don't know. We'll see.
Tell me this joke, Jared.
So, what's that about?
What's that joke?
The text is going to be along the lines of that, and then she's going to get mad because later she'll hear this and be like, "So you called me out about it? How dare you?" And yeah, it's going to be great. Can't fucking wait.
I know, right? Hi, Rachel.
I haven't had drinks.
Yeah. So, I guess my last question is, so taking a look back on this generation of games.
Yeah.
In your view, is this generation a disappointment, whether that's console-wise, game-wise, or do you look at it in a higher light? And do you think this is one of the better generations we've been a part of? Would you like me to answer first? Because I've already had like my answer thought out.
So excuse me. I'm not gonna lie, I zoned out halfway through. So the question I gather what you're trying to ask is, compared this generation compared to others?
Yeah, like when you're gonna look back on this generation of games, are you gonna be looking at it as like in a disappointment kind of view, or are you gonna be like, you know what, that was a good generation, that was a good 8 years of console stuff?
That's not a fair question.
That is a fair question, that's why I'm asking it. Would you like me to answer first?
No, I have to answer first. It's how we've been doing this. So I would say both.
Okay.
Because I would say both, because I view it goodly. Well, god damn it. I view this generation as it went very nicely, but it also went poorly. However, I would also state that I can't judge it accurately because I haven't fully been a part of this is the first generation I've seen from the beginning to the end. I haven't seen any other generation beginning to end yet. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Because, and let me describe, I would say that it went fucking great as a generation because we got a lot of amazing games. We had a lot of upgrades from the previous generation that I knew about, obviously, being a part of that generation ever so briefly. And also, like, growing up more or less on this generation, meeting most of my friends in this generation, or staying friends with most of them in this generation. And just being able to develop more as a person who appreciates gaming, and to the point where I bought a very nice PC mainly for gaming in that sense. I mean, I use it for a lot of other things, but
like porn.
Well, I mean, I was going to say homework and work, but yeah. And YouTube, because I'm one of those. But like, it's
porn you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Such a dick. Yeah, I would say that for all those reasons, it was a very good generation. But that being said, I feel like it was also not a great generation for a lot of other reasons, like
Fortnite.
Good Lord, yes, that. But also the loss, especially on the Microsoft side, the loss of indie games from 360 Xbox One. And I know we've talked about it, but like Castle Miner Z is one of the biggest indie games I remember that I'm gonna fucking miss forever, because like it's just gone. We'll never be able to play. Like, I looked it up. We can't even get like a simulator online to do. It's gone forever. And that sucks, because that was such a good fucking game, no matter how little it was played, and it was free. Right?
It was like $10. I think.
Was it $10? It was close. That's basically free.
Minecraft, it was 20, so yeah, it was a good way.
Minecraft was free for me. Every single time I've had Minecraft, it has been fucking free,
Wow, what the
except for when
fuck?
I paid for it on PC. It was free because if you played the beta
I
back in
did.
the days on 360, they gave you the full game for free because the beta was
What?
free. So if you played the beta, it was free on 360. Then if you played the beta on, or you just played it at all in 360, paid for it or free, they gave it to you for free on Xbox
Well, yeah, I
One.
remember that.
And if you played it at all on both or even just
Well, yeah,
Xbox
you got
One,
the Windows
you
one for
got
free.
the Windows one for free. So I got it, played it for free in the beta, like last second, apparently like the last week, because Tyler told me to download it, or Matt, Tyler, and Eric did. Download it, played it for free, got it for free, all of 360, got it for free on Xbox One, got it for free for Windows, and then I went to PC edition and paid for it. And technically, I paid for it twice on PC because we lost the email I made a Minecraft account like in 2014 or 2015 on a computer. And I made an account, bought it, and then I can't access that account anymore because the email we used to have is just fucking gone. Like, it was one of my parents' old sub emails they made for me. So I've technically paid for it a second time when I got this PC. But yeah, anyway, bad memories because they got rid of indie games, but also because there was a lot of things that happened on this generation uh also related to me growing up, losing friends, like things like that, that kind of affected my way I played games. You moved like a little pussy, so I didn't talk to you for a
You
while.
made me you forced me to move. Let's be real here.
It was definitely I
You were
paid
part of
him.
it.
I paid him to leave this fucking state.
Jared was definitely part of it. But
Uh, um, but yeah, so it's a lot of stuff has happened, both good and bad in this generation. But at the same time, I don't know how accurately I can judge this generation because I did not see the 360 PS3 generation from start to finish. I saw it like sometime in the early stages to finish, and we haven't even seen the upcoming generation yet.
oh yeah,
I feel like we have because I'm playing on a fucking PC that'll run better than those upcoming generations, but I haven't, technically speaking.
yeah.
So we'll see. It's that's my official on it. What's your opinion?
As somebody who has seen another console generation start to finish,
Bitch.
I'm not saying that in a mean light. I think I look back on this generation as a disappointment because coming from the 360 generation, Halo was at an all-time high, Call of Duty was at an all-time high, Battlefield was at an all-time high. You had Mass Effect, you had Dead Space, you had all these other games that were at its peak. I mean, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, stuff like that. Battlefield 3, all these games were at their peak, and I think the beginning of this generation we're in now was really hard because the Xbox One was, when it first launched, was a failure in many ways. It just didn't have the game support. It was less powerful than the PlayStation. And obviously the marketing that they were doing for it wasn't good. So personally, being a Microsoft fan, was disappointing because of that. I do think this generation took 5 to 6 years to like finally get going to where people would look on it as like in a good light.
Yeah.
You got to think when the Xbox One came out. I mean, Halo 5, disappointment. Titanfall, even though Titanfall was like a good game, it was still a disappointment.
1 or 2?
Well, 1. 2's later in the generation. 2 was like 2016 or whatever.
2 is fucking perfect.
You know, so you had so many games like Rise, Son of Rome. You had, Dead Rising 3.
Dog shit.
Yeah, like you had so many disappointing games. Even on the PlayStation side, like the only good PlayStation game that I feel like came out at that time was Infamous Second Son. And
Which wasn't even that great to be
dude, I wanted to play that game so bad.
I was that when games were still like, you remember the stations when you went to a store and they like a Walmart or Target and there was like, oh, play this game and play the news console and it's like a trial.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah,
they had Xbox Ones or something. Yeah, they had Xbox Ones and PlayStations set up, and I was like, oh, Xbox is so cool, but hey, look, PlayStation, I don't play those anymore. So I'd go to the PlayStation setup and I would fucking I played Infamous Second Son, or is that yeah. I played the first one on a PS3 in the store, but I played the second one on the PS4 when it was brand new in the store. I was with my parents because I was obviously younger, and I remember playing Infamous Second Son like for a minute because it was the demo, and I was like, "This is fucking cool," and that's it. That's all I ever saw of it. It was cool as fuck. Never played it, never will, because PlayStation can lick my booty hole.
Yeah, and I think the problem too is like when the consoles came out, like a year later, they were like automatically like out of date. Like there was so much technology coming out at that point that I like, even if we're even talking about Nintendo, you had the Wii U, which is a huge flop. But like at that point, 4K was a thing, and the fact that no console supported 4K until 2016 was a huge deal because 4K, you know, was the big thing, the big next thing, and you know now everyone has it, but still, like at that time, it wasn't a thing. I think it really took till The Witcher 3 came out to where the generation swapped. Because after The Witcher 3, you had games like Fallout 4, which for a lot of people is a disappointment. So we may just put it on that side of the category too of disappointment. But
what?
Fallout 4.
No,
I know there's a lot of people who are Fallout fans who didn't care for Fallout 4 that much.
I know a lot of people said they didn't like it because it wasn't as good as 3 in New Vegas, but I fucking loved it. I played
4. Don't get me wrong.
I played 3 before 4. And I don't fucking get why people like 3 so much
so
better.
Fucking good. Oh my god.
It's good. I loved 3, but I played 4 and I'm like, this is everything 3 was, but fucking upgraded and 100% better.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, but this is different. And I'm like, yeah, it's different, but it's because it's an upgrade. Different doesn't always mean bad. I mean, change is bad. I hate change, obviously, but it was good.
I think if Fallout 4 was on a new engine and like looked a lot better, I feel like a lot of people would be fine. But
yeah,
even if we look at games
like 76,
yeah, like we'll get to that point. So Call of Duty was an all-time high, Battlefield was too, and then Black Ops 2 was like the peak of Call of Duty. That's my favorite Call of Duty. I know a lot of people consider that to be the best Call of Duty. So you go from that, and then the first game on the new consoles is Call of Duty Ghost. Great campaign. Multiplayer was really boring. And then, you know, you went to Advanced Warfare and this new kind of Call of Duty. And like, Call of Duty hasn't been really, like, Call of Duty hasn't been good to me since, like, Black Ops 3 was really good to me. Like, I love that game. I feel like that's a standout Call of Duty. And then after that, literally, Black Ops 4 and then Modern Warfare. Like, those are, like, if you put those 3 against 3, like, those are, let's say those are the top 3 Call of Duties of this generation.
I learned a lot of swear words in Call of Duty.
Yeah, the previous generation, though, trumps those games immediately. So let's say this generation, Modern Warfare, Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, okay? But the previous generation had Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, and what Black Ops 1, World at War, whatever you want to go after that. I'd rather take the previous
Black
generation.
Ops 1 was good.
Yeah, Black Ops 1 was fucking amazing.
I learned a lot of cuss words in Black Ops 1.
Yeah. And so when it comes, and even Battlefield, like, Battlefield went from 3, which is my favorite still, to 4, which I feel like is a downgrade but still a good game, to Battlefield 1 and now Battlefield 5, and obviously Battlefield's in a downslope. Obviously Mass Effect with Andromeda, even though I really liked it, I know a lot of people thought it was a disappointment. And then, so like, Witcher came out.
Andromeda was good. I wish I finished that game.
Yeah. Fallout came out, a bunch of other like decently good games came out, and then we hit the EA era and like the Ubisoft era of what I call bad games, because you had the first Battlefront, which it wasn't a bad game, but there was no content in it. There was no single player. There's nothing that, you know, made Battlefront. There's none of that. Okay. And then Ubisoft was releasing Assassin's Creeds every year, you know, and so the last one being Syndicate, which was a huge disappointment. It wasn't
the last one wasn't Syndicate. The last one was fucking Odyssey.
No, I mean like the last one in that era of like them releasing Assassin's Creed every year. So Syndicate was like that last one before they took that hiatus between that and Origins, and now Odyssey, and now they're doing another break or whatever. But then we get into, you know, what, last year, 2 years ago, we get into the kind of failed games. Even in 2014, you had Destiny, which launched and was a huge disappointment. Afterwards, it was a fucking great game, and I'll never forget some of those memories. I forgot to bring those up, but like beating Vault of Ass for the first time was amazing. But like, Destiny was a disappointment. Destiny 2 was a disappointment at launch, but I don't think there's been a bigger disappointment in gaming history than 2 games: Fallout 76 and Anthem. Those are 2 of the biggest disappointments ever.
Death Stranding.
I mean, but a lot of people like Death Stranding. It's really hard. It's really hard to find somebody who. It's really hard to find somebody who likes Fallout 76.
they're retarded.
I mean,
That's
you're not
every
wrong.
fan. They're not smart.
And so
Anthem was a fun game, but it was under attended.
there was like no content.
Not. They didn't respect that game. They didn't appreciate that game, and that's a shame because it was a fucking awesome. I loved that suit. It was such an awesome idea.
So many cool mechanics.
And I would love to play that again if they actually did anything. Didn't the people who made it come out and be like, yeah, we fucked up?
Yeah, they're redoing the whole fucking game.
And didn't they say that they're just leaving it where it is? And they said, fuck it. It's the way it is. Play it if you want, but fuck it.
They're going to redo the whole game.
Yeah, but they're going to resell it. Like, it's going to be called, like, Anthem Part 2 or some stupid shit.
Well, it's going to be like Anthem, I don't know, whatever. It's going to be like Destiny, like a new DLC, and it's going to be like completely different.
I can't wait for that because it has potential, but I think they've ruined it for themselves.
Yeah.
That we'll see.
And I think even now, microtransactions are still a thing. I mean, we've gotten out of the loot box era, which I think is one of the worst eras ever in gaming, where every game, I mean, FIFA being the worst one, FIFA, Madden, Call of Duty, fucking every Battlefront, Battlefield, everything had like these supply drops and these microtransactions that you can buy. And now we're in the Battle Pass era, which is way better than the supply drop era.
Yeah,
but
good point.
Why don't they just let us buy what we want? Like, Call of Duty's a little bit better because, like, they released the Ghost skin with the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 thing. Like, you can just outright buy that, and you can outright buy a lot of skins.
Yeah, their packs are nice because you're paying for looks and not actual weapon upgrades. And to a point, because I've bought a few where I have guns to level 1 and then I get free attachments for it, but that's just because I'm bad at that game and the attachmentless guns are not easy.
And I'll give Fortnite credit, like Fortnite's Battle Pass system and their skin thing, I mean, Call of Duty just copy and pasted it. But I think towards this end of the generation, like, we're getting Cyberpunk, Minecraft Dungeons. This is where like Cyberpunk's gonna be the game of the generation. And Witcher, and like, I mean, I guess we can consider GTA. Like, those three are like the big ones. So if you're just thinking about those three, yeah, of course you think it's gonna be a good generation. But I think if we look back and we look at the smaller details of all these things promised that didn't come to fruition, and all these games that flopped and weren't as good as we thought, like, it is a very disappointing generation considering what we went from to what we got.
Absolutely.
For Halo. And I'm sorry, we can't go this long without a Halo. It's been fucking long.
No, I think we can because they're putting time into it and they're going to care about it.
But
we got our Halo Wars.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know.
And Halo Wars was I loved Halo. Yeah. Halo Wars is great. I'm happy with that.
But that's it for this week. I have to go take a poopy, so I need to go.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next week, I guess. And this has been the Conversation Cold Ones podcast. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Don't die from Corona.